Good afternoon. I have once again been spending money I should not do. Um, I was thinking about this game just the other day. It was probably to do with, I don't know. I was thinking about it because I think about games. Possibly to do with Game Boy Color games or talking about Zelda on the Game Boy or whatever. Um, and I've also been thinking about how to save money. Because I've had so many unexpected expenses over the last week or so. Although some of them were things that I'd been meaning to spend money on for a while, so they're sorted things that are now done. But these things happen all the time. So how do you save money so that you can kind of deal with these things as they come up? One of those ways would be to stop buying games. And yet, this game turned up at CEX, and I, without a moment's thought, with a moment's thought of, I probably shouldn't buy this, and then another moment's thought of, I'm going to buy this. I bought it. Zelda, Oracle of Ages. I wonder if this was the first Zelda game I bought for myself. I'm just thinking. Let me think. This must have come out. It doesn't have a year on the front, does it? This side out. It doesn't have a year on it. Must have been early 2000s. It was around the same time it was after Majora's Mask, I think. Certainly before Wind Waker, because certainly before Wind Waker, and that was the first kind of main 3D. That was the first kind of 3D Zelda I would have bought. I played Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on my cousin's N64. I never had an N64 at the back in the day when it was current, and I maybe played a tiny bit of Link's Awakening, but I never owned it, and I certainly didn't buy it new. It didn't even occur. I didn't really think about it. This was probably my first Zelda game that I bought new. I also bought Seasons. In fact, I kind of bought Seasons because I got stuck on this. I got stuck on the second dungeon. I think it was the coloured block puzzle that stuck me for some reason. In like one of the second rooms, I got really stuck there, and I bought Seasons having heard that it was a kind of an easier version. I don't know if that's really. I can't remember whether that turned out to be true or not. I remember the first dungeon in Seasons being like really super easy, really simple, but then I don't know, doesn't matter. They're pretty similar games, really good games. Companion games in terms of their look and feel to Link's Awakening, in the same way as Majora's Mask is kind of a companion to Ocarina of Time. And do they use the same engine? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure I even know quite what an engine is, but what little I know, even if it's false, in which case I don't know it, makes me suspect that they may be the same engine. They're certainly very similar games in terms of how they play, and that might have been Minish Cap that made me think of this. Anyway, great games, I played this on an emulator on my tablet actually, so using a touchscreen for all the buttons. Not that long ago, I didn't quite play it to the end, although damn near the end. In fact, no, I think I maybe did complete it, because I'm faintly remembering doing the spider version of the last boss. Maybe I didn't beat the last boss, but got damn near it, and this will be so much nicer to play on an actual Game Boy. The thing that keeps coming up for me with these Game Boy Color games. Well, I don't know if is it a Game Boy Color thing. It's coming up because of the visibility on Game Boy Color games of the battery and the recurrent problem of these having run out in the often 20 years since. In fact, yeah, if we're talking Game Boy games. Yeah, 20 years since they came out. These batteries run out and they don't retain save files. I think they might retain them as long as the power's on. Um, but yeah, the kind of realization that I'm going to need to engage with this at some point. Um, General cartridge maintenance is something that uh, I like the idea of it. I'm like, oh, that would be a nice thing to do and a worthwhile thing to do, and I'm willing to do it. But then I never, some of that involves just cotton swab and a bit of, cleaner stuff, and I could do that whenever I like, and I don't get around to it. And chances are, I can see that not happening very regularly or not for a while. And then there's more technical stuff like, I might need to learn to solder or something to kind of properly fix these batteries. I actually did replace a battery in my Pokemon Gold cartridge. Um, Possibly the Pokemon Gold cartridge I had as a bairn, as a youngster. Um, and that's one thing. I just used tape, I think, and the tape is terminated at the seal here. And it works as far as I remember, that it's kept the battery on and kind of connected somehow. Um, but and I've also heard that soldering will kill the battery or will damage the circuit board, if that's what you call it. So a little bit of research is required to know exactly what needs to be done and whether soldering is even a smart thing to do, and then learn to solder and what even that involves, because I've only got a very vague notion of what that means. I'll scuff that label there. But then, the thing as well, because of these, the Pokemon Gold cartridges, what I was going to say is, it's fine, the ugliness of the job I've carried out is covered up, but on these Game Boy Color cartridges, on like Pokemon Crystal or this or those silly Harry Potter games I've got, you can see it. And I don't want to. It becomes a condition thing then, doesn't it? Visibly been tampered with. I don't want it to look like crap. I really don't. So I want to be able to do it carefully and in a way that doesn't look bad when I look at it. I want it to look good. Maybe I'm scunnered though. Maybe this is the point at which playability and collectability really clash and cannot be, made to meet. I don't know. It's a shame that it's actually a barrier to playing these games, knowing that it might not be right, it might not work. Because I would have liked to have played Crystal in the last week, but that put me off. Even just knowing that I couldn't save. I've not even tried it yet, but that thought was putting me off, and having to engage with that level of it's a bit of a turn off, which is a shame. But it's I'll have to cross that bridge. Here we go, 1998 Nintendo. See that there? Can you see it? It does say it, trust me. There we go, 1998 Nintendo. It says it. It says it there. Trust me. Yeah. Anyway, great game. I hope I can play it.